Hey all, Andrew here, aka Calf here. Welcome to the Onion Buns. So, the election campaign for Canada is 1 week away, and I'm going to be tapering down my political cover. I'll still do a reaction video a couple times a week if there's something that really jumps out at me on a topic. Yeah, probably be more like an editorial just on different topics and nothing really current or anything like that. So I'm looking for content to change on my Saturday show. I used to do Lying Lefties, but that wasn't really catching on with people, even though, you know, I found it hilarious because like these people can't help themselves. It made me laugh, but apparently too many people live in their own little bubbles and they didn't want to really clue in. So I got to look at other content. So that got me thinking, well, I already do the IT stories, IT and hospitalities on Monday, and those get pretty good views on their shorts, or it's growing. I mean, my channel's not even 2 months old, so when I say pretty good, I'm saying like a couple of my shorts got like almost 200 views, so I'm happy with that because again, my channel's not even 2 months old. So, and then on Wednesdays, I do the happy day that I think will catch on because, I mean, who doesn't like animals? And that's all that is. It's a video on different animal videos and pictures. It's just a midweek episode to brighten your day. And then the Thursdays, I do the surveys. They don't get the greatest response, but I enjoy doing them, so I'm going to keep doing them. And yeah, and then on Fridays, I put out a short on animal stories, beloved animal stories of my own pets, just little 3-minute stories on antics they've done over the years. So I'm looking for something to replace the Saturday episodes. And well, I'm a gamer. Now on Sundays, I do full-length videos on different gaming topics. Like I've done my top 20 games. I've done a number of episodes on the upcoming RPG Exodus. Did a Starfield video, so I'm like, I'm going to keep doing that on Sundays, but that leaves Saturday. So what do I want to do? So I'm thinking, maybe I should do gaming video on Saturday too. So I think moving forward on Saturdays, I'm going to do funny stories from gaming. I mean, I started RPGing in, I think I was about 18. So I guess that would have been 1982, 1983, in that area. That's when I started tabletop RPGing, and I've been doing that ever since. A few breaks here and there, depending on availability of people to play with. And then in about 1993, I started doing MMORPGs, and I did that for 20 some years. I alpha tested, I beta tested, I played as a player. So I have a ton of gaming stories. So yeah, why don't I take Saturday and do a funny Saturday or a funny gaming story? So for the first episode, which is this episode, now that I got the preamble out of the way, that's 4.5 minutes wasted of your time. Congrats. How did I come up with this channel name? Because this actually is a gaming story. So I played a game called Star Wars: The Old Republic. And a buddy of mine and Kirsoff, we had known each other since 1993 in Neverwinter Nights on AOL. So we had known each other for a long time, and we were playing Star Wars: The Old Republic, and we were having some problems with an old guild I ran. The guild got taken over, and the people running it were being complete jackasses towards us. So we decided, we can stay on this server and there'd be animosity and drama. And I mean, let's be honest, that's not why we play games. We play games to have fun, not to feed the egos of some psychopathic little power structure going on there. So we decided to change servers. So Kira and I jumped to a new server and we joined a guild, and that guild got us into raiding. So we started doing raiding, and one day the guild and Kira and I, we were in I forget the name of the zone now, but and we ran across these two players, Jermo and Eli. They were brothers. And you could tell instantly Jermo was a interesting type of character. That's a good word for it. And so everybody thought I hated him, and I really didn't. I just didn't really want to converse with him all that much in game because he talked a lot of shit and nonsense. So I just sort of stayed in the background, but I never hated him until years later. And so anyway, that's how we got introduced to him. And, the guild played, and Germo was always very impressed with himself, far more than anyone else ever was. He really thought he was the bee's knees of gaming. And nobody else thought that. We were doing raids, and to be quite honest, nobody wanted him on the raid. I actually was the one that was getting him on the raids because I don't like seeing people excluded. That's the type of player I am when I play these games, is I want everyone to be included. So anyway, so that went forward, and then I had to take some time off for some health issues. And when I came back, that guild had self-destructed, I guess. I don't know what happened. And most of the members had moved to a new guild, and I happened to run across them, and I got invited into that guild. And, it was much the same thing. It's like they were a raiding guild, and, I'm not a hardcore raider. Never have been. So I like the casual raiding more, where, you're not stressing about the little things like the hardcore gamers do or raiders do. So I started along with Vess, the guild master, we started I think it was Fridays, might have been Saturdays, I don't remember now, casual raiding group. And Germo and Eli were in that group. And it was fine. We kept doing it, blah, blah, blah. And eventually, as games do, you get bored of them and everything. So I shifted over to ESO with a couple other players. And then Germo and Eli followed us there. Oh, sorry, Elder Scrolls Online, ESO. And Germo was causing a lot of drama there. So it was getting really annoying, like he rolled a healer, but he didn't want to play a healer. He wanted to play it as a DPS. Well, yeah, you being a DPS doesn't help the group if you're signing up as a healer. Like I rolled a tank just because we needed a tank, but I committed myself to playing a tank. I would have preferred playing DPS. Who doesn't like pew pew pewing? Come on, but in ESO, you need a tank, you need a healer, and you need 2 DPSs for dungeons. So anyway, so how I got this, that was the story of Germo. Like, there was a lot of drama revolving around him over the years. But this guy, he was almost 400 pounds. He was heavily diabetic. And he had the worst diet I had ever heard of in my life. Like, just the absolute worst diet. Triple so for a diabetic. I am diabetic. Like, there was a time I was 270 pounds, but I did everything in my power, and now I'm 169 pounds. And I'm going to stay there. Germo was 400 pounds, but you couldn't tell him it was his responsibility. Like I once tried to talk to him about diabetes, and this is a direct quote from him. He said, "It's not my fault. I've always been heavy. Problem is my ankles retain water. Therefore, it's the doctor's fault for not recognizing that. That's why I'm diabetic." Yeah, sorry, Germo, that's not how diabetes works. So anyway, one of the worst foods, absolute worst foods a diabetic can eat is bread. Now, you can have a slice of bread or even 2 slices with your breakfast, but you don't want to be shoveling buns and heavy yeast bread into your system. It's horrible for you. As a diabetic, it is an absolute death sentence, to be honest. So we're sitting in the channel, in my Discord channel, and Germo comes in, and now, one of my pet peeves in life is people that talk with their mouth full. I don't care if it's in person or if it's on Discord. If you're eating food, just mute yourself, eat your food, and then come back onto the channel and talk. Well, Germo, he loves to shove all this food in his mouth and then talk. And like I always had a mental image of food just being spewed all over his keyboard and all over his monitor because he's spitting it out as he's talking, and you can hear him spitting it out as he's talking. I heard his brother actually get after him to shut up and eat his food. So one day we're playing ESO, and Germo, he's eating 12 onion buns. Okay, like that's horrible for you. That's just terrible for you. And he's shoveling these into his mouth, and he's talking, and you got the mental image of the food spewing all over the place, and it was disgusting. It really was. But what I remember the most about it is what he was saying. He was having, no word of a lie, he was having an orgasmic experience over these onion buns. Like, the sounds coming out of him made you think he was literally having an orgasm while eating these buns. And the guys that were with us in the chat, we were killing ourselves laughing. We were howling in laughter, and he didn't get it. And it was just like, and that's how I came up with the channel name, because it just stuck with me. It's like the onion buns. You know, it's like the mental image I had in my head from that one. It was only like a 5-minute episode on Discord. So it wasn't like 2 or 3 hours. It was just 5 minutes, short little period, but it stuck with me, you know. So when I made this channel, I messaged one of the guys. I said, yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to call my channel The Onion Buns. And he just burst out laughing. He knew exactly what I was talking about. And he just burst out laughing, howling in laughter over this. So yeah, it's been an inside joke for, 4 or 5 of us. And there, now you know why this channel is called The Onion Buns. It is homage to somebody having far more enjoyment over bread than they ever should. I guess part of me is kind of jealous. Like, I mean, I guess I want to have that life-changing experience by eating, a loaf of bread. Well, I wouldn't eat a loaf of bread, but eating a piece of toast or something. Like, wow. It still makes me laugh to this day. It's one of those things that it's gonna stay with me until I get Alzheimer's and can't remember anything anymore. Not making light of Alzheimer's, just. So anyway, now you know the history of the onion buns. And that's my video for the day. If you like this video, leave a like, a subscribe, and a share. I'm trying to grow my channel, so a like, a subscribe, and a share does me wonders. And I do appreciate people that do like, subscribe, and share. I really do. If you didn't like the video, Germ quit watching my channel. Leave a dislike. Always feel free to leave a comment. Don't worry, I don't swing my cane too strongly anymore if I dislike your comment. And as always, pew, 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 and shit. Thanks for watching. Bye.